We'll start out this week's Grow weather forecast with a check of the drought monitor for this week. Now, southeast Nebraska is still looking at moderate to abnormally dry conditions in that area, while portions of Kansas still looking at some extreme drought, mainly central Kansas. But we are continuing to see some severe drought, moderate drought in portions of northeast Kansas, abnormally dry conditions in the yellow. So compared to last week, roughly around 93% of the state of Nebraska was not included in a drought category. This week, around 99% of the state not included in a drought category. Now, much was unchanged in Kansas within the last couple of weeks. So last week we were looking at around 27% of the state not included in a drought category, right around that mark once again this week with that ongoing drought in portions of Kansas and portions of southeast Nebraska. But let's talk about what's ahead in terms of our 1 month outlook for precipitation. So for the month of July, we're looking at the possibility for below normal precipitation for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, stretching down into parts of Texas as well. Above normal precipitation for portions of the south, and then off to the west, the possibility for some above normal precipitation as well, and then below normal precipitation for portions of the northeast. In terms of temperatures, a good part of the U.S. looking at the possibility for above normal temperatures, and much of Nebraska, all of Kansas looking at that possibility as well. The exception out parts of the panhandle looking at equal chances. Anything not shaded has some equal chances. Below normal temperatures expected in portions of the northern U.S. That's shaded in that blue. In terms of 3 months out precipitation, below normal precipitation still for parts of Texas, parts of the south. Above normal precipitation for parts of the east coast, west looking at that possibility for above normal precipitation, and then off to the northwest could see some below normal precipitation the next 3 months. In terms of temperatures, once again, much of Nebraska, all of Kansas looking at above normal temperatures expected for 3 months out, the exception northeast portion of Nebraska, and then portions of the northern plains, portions of the northern Midwest looking at the possibility for equal chances. So anything not shaded, those equal chances, but above normal precipitation, or excuse me, temperatures, it looks like stretches off to the east and off to the west as well. Anything in that orange or reddish shading, looking at that possibility for above normal temperatures. In terms of temperatures the next week, for the Tri-Cities. Normal high around this time of year, upper 80s, normal low around 64. Our week ahead average high a few degrees above that normal, and then our week ahead average low several degrees above that with the upper 60s, our week ahead average low. And here's a look at our proverb for this week. What July and August left undone in cooking, September will have undone in roasting. That's a check of your Grow weather forecast update. Be sure to tune in next week for the latest.
We sure have enjoyed seeing your photos, especially those showing how Nebraska corn is much more than knee-high by the 4th of July. As always, go to our website, nebraska.tv, click on Chime In to submit yours. He's old enough to have picked corn by hand and young enough to be a Twitter sensation. We'll meet him when Grow returns.